Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. Hello, how are my lovelies, my beauties, my royalties? Oh, take that deep breath. And I know it's still kind of new, but after everything, and not even just like the breakup or what I like, part of me, I'm just like, you know what? My life's gonna be a tragedy, but a beautiful tragedy, and I will make sure of it. And even doing more research within the dating world, oh, it shows me why I'm safer without the bear. If you've seen Obsession, oh, yeah, yeah. And I'll admit, it's like I looked at clips. It's like I'm not for the horror movies, scary movies, or whatever. So I went and dug in and watched like, oh, some people, oh, they had some long clips. I'm like, ooh, are you supposed to? I'm like, I'm minding my business, whatever. So I was able to at least do a decent amount of research, and then it's like I also saw Swoop. She had a documentary, and it's just crazy how with like because they're even watching the scene where like they first like kiss and stuff, and how he takes advantage of her. I don't know, like that. And even at the restaurant when he asks her if she loves him more than anyone or the most and stuff like that. I was just like, wow. And even when I first heard that his name was Bear, I'm like, when did he write this? Because I was like, I was thinking of, do they choose the man or the bear? And yeah, this polar bear, he became more violent than I know, like, because when it comes to picking the nice guy, and that's why like a lot of the men pretend to be nice guys so that when they backstab you or while they love bomb you, they're trapping you in. And so, yes, this is a fictional movie, but it shows because, yeah, every movie has politics. And the way this wish was able to tweak the politics of his love life, which was like, I don't want to say no life, but like it was the imagination of the incel, like the red pill theology, and wow, because I've ended up, oh, he's nice, and then, oh crap, and don't forget about Mr. Lakake. Yeah, I'm gonna do this as a series because Lakake was the worst bear that I've met from all. Because if you guys already know the grad school story, when I told my mom, yeah, that's still one of the toughest days of most people. Like when I see those videos when kids are waiting to see if they got accepted into college, it's so beautiful and amazing. But at the same time, I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous. I didn't get that at all. My parents thought I was so dumb and stupid. So I went like one of the reasons why I got ended up getting stuck with this no good imbecile, this no good, awful, terrible, just jerk was because of my low self esteem and because of the Christianity and because it's like he kept threatening to off himself if I wasn't gonna be with him, and also, oh, I'm the only one that cares about you. Your mom doesn't even care about you. She didn't believe you were gonna make it in grad school. She didn't believe you were gonna finish anything. Everything he was saying was right. And to others, it sounds nice. But he was saying it all because he was just trying to get what he wanted to get. Because I met him on Plenty of Fish. I knew right then we weren't a good match. But and I told him, I was like, you know what? I hope you find your princess. And I do that till this day. When guys try to match with me, write me, like once I find out we're not a good match, I let them know. And I say, I hope you find your queen. I hope you find your princess. But yeah, because I know we're not gonna have the happily ever after. I know that as a fact. And but he kept writing me. I still don't know why till this day. Did he see my weakness? Did he see my self-esteem? Did he see like I had no self-worth? Did he know that I thought nothing of myself? Did he observe the failure that was me? I don't know. I hope to find out one day. I mean, he's married to his middle school sweetheart, and she still thinks I was trying to get him back because of and see, this is where the men who play the nice guys, because you have nice guys who have evil intent, and or if they could change things to be able to take advantage and have power and authority, they will do it. And that's why when they say be careful of the nice guys, this movie shows exactly why. Because again, like, okay, back to yeah, this episode's gonna focus on Lock and Key, and then I've got like some of you guys, it's gonna be memory lane, but it's gonna be adding some more examples on top of that. But with the young woman, her father had cancer. So with her mindset, it was already off. And then he was asking if her father really had cancer. I don't know, that part really, maybe it really hit hard because my mom died of cancer shortly, like while I was with Mr. No Heart. And the things okay, I'm gonna stick to Lock and Key, but now that I'm thinking about No Heart, what he did was vicious too. But with Lock and Key, he doesn't even deserve the Mister, because he's not a real man. He's a despicable, awful, terrible jerk. But he threatened to self-harm himself in order to get me. He stole from me. Back on the app, he kept writing me, and I was like, okay, I hope you find her. And then he was like, but give me a chance. But I was like, I felt bad about blocking people. I've grown from, yeah, I block people like nobody's business now. I think it's a hobby now to this extent. But, and actually, yeah, there's one that I need to block because I kind of think he's another bear. But should I do my research or should I, like, no? Let's just say there's one guy on Hinge who, right off the bat, like, I was just like we said a couple things and he said his politics. I'm like, yep, we're not a match. And I was like, I hope you find your queen. And I was like, we can chat, but that's it. He was like, oh, I would love to be able to chat with a educated, blah, 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 whatever. And I'm like, okay, I can at least, find out what his goals are, do some research, because I kind of wonder about the moderates. Normally, moderates lean more Republican, but they don't want to admit it or say it. So let's find out. But now Hinge just started this thing about a rhythm garbage. Hinge, you might want to change that because there's some guys who, yeah, there's no rhythm. Trust me. With him saying, hello, how are you? What did you eat? And Oh, and he keeps trying to tell me that I have to tell him what I'm working on, and that it's like for me to be a real woman, I have to loosen up, because I told him after my ex, I've kind of learned to keep that to myself. And yeah, he told me that I have to be a real woman and tell him the information that he wants to know. So yeah, some telling me more about moderates than I was, yeah. But yeah, and with the rhythm thing, he just wrote me last night saying, I just got a notification that we have a rhythm. So when are we going out? After last week, I explained to him that because he was trying to ask me out on a date before, and I'm like, we already had this discussion. We're not compatible to date. We said we're going to chat. So we're going to chat. And he said, okay. But now that he said that we have a rhythm, now he's saying that we need to go out again. And he's got me twisted because that's no. And since he keeps pushing, probably gonna block him because I thought at least, I can learn a little bit more from him. But no. Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, this is like his third or fourth time. Yeah, yeah. And now that I'm even thinking about the movie with obsession and stuff like that, I don't think he's obsessed with me, but he's really, really wanting attention from a woman. A real, like, every chance he gets, he's trying to ask me to hang out and go out to lunch and like, when I say, no, we could just chat on here, but I want to chat and look at your eyes. Do you know how many men have said that to me too? That they have to look me in the eye, or we have to meet because they trust my eyes, and or my eyes are so beautiful and enchanting. They're so lovely and loving, and they know that I'm going to care for them. And do you know how many men use eyes like they know me? You don't know me? Shoot. Anyway, okay, back to Lock and Key. It's like I'll get to that like probably in part two, but the way these men talk about a woman's eyes just so they can try to take it advantage. Ooh, ooh. But with Plenty of Fish, it got to a point where I was like, okay, bye, blocked him. And I think he had another email. I still don't know how he came up with another profile so quickly. But he came back and found me because, yeah, it's not like now, because now Plenty of Fish is trying to compete with the other dating apps to basically force you to have to swipe and stuff now. It was not like that back in the day. I'm saying my age, but I don't even care. Like back in the day, you could just go to someone's profile, write them, and blah blah blah. If there was a jerk or a bigot who wanted to write you, or if you want to write all the black women and call them an N word and talk about, oh, you must be on food stamps because you're black and you're poorly educated, that was the back in the day, Plenty of Fish. That was the back in the day, Plenty of Fish. Do you know how many racist messages I used to get in a week from these white men? But then, oh yeah, they say racism is over. Yeah, tell that to my Plenty of Fish inbox. Oh, tell that to when I did those videos about that doll. Yeah, go look at the messages. Go read the comment from some bigoted, awful, terrible, poorly educated jerk who says he wants one. Yeah, he wants one of those dolls. It's a racist doll over in China. Yeah, go check that out. Go check that episode out. But yeah, I blocked Laka K. And he made another profile and he found me and he was like, you have to give me a chance. You need to give me a chance. It's like, I'm nice. I'm gonna take you to karaoke. Have you ever been to karaoke? I haven't. I've never been to karaoke. I was in a very conservative, strict, like, yeah, very strict household. So I was working promotions and stuff, but I don't think I've ever even witnessed. No, I think maybe I witnessed karaoke while doing one of the promos. kind of, maybe. But yeah, I never got to sit and actually listen and like I didn't. Oh, I've never participated. I've clapped and cheered. Or helped someone pick a song or something. But it's he was willing to at least cheer me up. I thought, be the nice guy. And oh, even let's rewind, because even with grad school getting accepted, I was working on my hospitality certification at the time. And I remember I was just about to start. Oh no, um, let's go back in order. Do 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 do. Okay, I was. I just started dating a guy, and it was like third or fifth date. I think might have been the fourth date, but like the more I think about it, and it's like there was more time. It was a decent amount of time that passed or whatever. But right after the horrific day with my mom telling her about grad school, I was like, I was out to lunch, I think, with him. And I was so sad and out of it. But I was like, you know what? When I tell him, you know, I, I needed some positivity. And I was expecting that. And I didn't. Instead, I got choose me or your masters. I don't want a smart woman. So my self esteem is even lower. And so I'm looking for jobs, can't find a job. And so then I find out about this restaurant and hospitality certification program. And so I apply for that because I'm like, okay, while I start grad school, then I can do this and that and whatever. And so I applied for that. Then I met Lock a Key on Plenty of Fish because now no man wants me, and I'm getting the racist messages on Plenty of Fish, and the black, like, oh yeah, the black men. Yeah, I remember one was like, nobody wants no Oreo. Um, when did the milkman come by? Like, I was getting a lot of terrible messages from black men. So, and I mean, I was getting racism, and I was getting hatred, and those, yeah. So even though I wasn't compatible with Lakaki, and I told him we can be friends, we can hang out. I need, like, after, like, because after he kept trying and trying and trying, I'm like, okay, we're not going to date, but we can hang out. I did not know the nightmare I was getting myself into. And so, anyway, fast forward, because we hang out, and he takes me karaoke a few nights, and it's great. It's nice because I told him about my second master's, and he's going table to table, letting people know. And it's like, it made me feel a little better. I'm like, wow, someone is accepting of my degree, of my hopeful degree. And when we got in the car, I remember the second or third time with karaoke, it's like he kissed me, and I'm like, oh, at first I was like, no, whoa, what's going on? I said we can hang out. And he was just like, well, because I told him about the other men, and he was like, these other men don't want you. Don't you see I want you? Don't you see there's a man that is like, that desires you, needs you? So, but then I was like, okay, well, we can just hang out, but it's like, I don't know, like, because I still knew better, but then I still needed a friend. There was like a lot of people still didn't believe me with my walking, so no one wanted to hang out with me because my mom was getting worse with what she was telling me. My self-esteem was getting lower, so I was bubbly, but I wasn't fun to hang out with because of how depressed I was and how left out I felt. And so now we're gonna fast forward because, like, we end up going to more of the karaoke things or whatever, and he's bragging about my hopeful accomplishments and stuff. And then the taco party. Oh, the taco party. Like we get there and he's introducing me to everybody. And he's talking about, oh my gosh, guess what? She's going to be working on a master's. She's going to be getting her degree. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that great? Isn't that fascinating? And he was like, and I mean, he did to do some racism too, because he was like, oh, it's like, who knew? Like the black woman's the one with the most education here. I remember when he said that, my mouth dropped. And I'm like shaking my head, like I'm not with him, like with his comments. Don't no, ooh, no. And I remember that the the wife that was there, her father. I remember it's like later on when he's asking me to season the meat because he says he's embarrassed because he can't believe his Hispanic daughter can't doesn't know how to make flavorful tacos still. So I remember we were laughing in the kitchen. I'm just like, ooh, I'm gonna mind my business. I'm not minding it now because later on she started hating on me and being really disrespectful and even a little racist. So yeah, I I don't whatever. She had the blandest tacos. It was terrible. But anyway, oh yeah, because I remember there was another time when she said that she was gonna be cooking or whatever. I brought some seasonings with me, and I remember when no one, like, they weren't really looking. It's like I put it in a Ziploc bag, and I was just like, bam, it's like real quick, and I stirred it up. And but her father did catch me. It's like, well, he kind of caught me. He saw the Ziploc bag, and he was wondering. And I was like, well, she doesn't know how to season tacos, so I got to do what I got to do. Oh my gosh, he was laughing so like, cause he was like, "What'd you put in there?" And so it's like I let him have like, or I showed him like the Ziploc bag, and I was like, "Well, you might be able to get a sample of what's in there. Probably add a little salt or whatever." And oh my gosh, he was like, "What? Okay." So yeah, her father and I, we got along great, but yeah, it's I don't know, it was just really odd because even when I told her about why we were together, because she was just like, "Oh, I'm so glad you guys are together." And I'm looking at her because at the party, while everyone's telling me the truth about how he dropped out of high school, he told me he had a high school diploma. When they told me that he was on probation, and they were going back and forth listing all the times he's been in jail. And but then she was just like, "Well, maybe like with your education and with how polite and classy you are, maybe you can be a good representation for him. Maybe you can change him." I just remember I was shocked. Change him? Change him? And because I know the story about her and her husband. I'm like, woman, it's like that man didn't want to marry you. You're married to a man that didn't even want to marry you. And okay, I'm not gonna get into what he what like because oh, but yeah, and yeah, let's just with the whole scenario of what they were doing and what was going on with the lies, because it was really crazy. Because they all wanted to look and appear nice, but then slowly started learning and finding out more and more about them. Who's been in jail, who's addicted to what, and who. And it's just like, what did I get myself? Like, this is why on Plenty of Fish I said we are not compatible. This is why I said that we should not date. And now, you literally threaten that you're gonna off yourself if I'm not with you. In order for me to date you, you had to put a weapon to your wrist. But now everybody's saying, "Oh, you're so cute. You're such a cute couple. I'm glad you're here to change him." Excuse me? Excuse me. And then he would ask, "You love me, don't you? You love me so much, don't you? Even in front of people, in front of his grandmother, because I knew if I didn't say no, he would threaten to do something to himself. So he would keep telling me, you love me. You love me, don't you? I know you love me. You have to love me. I'm the best man for you, right? And he would keep saying it over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Like, oh, and it was infuriating, especially once I was halfway through my master's. That's when he would start interrupting me. And it's like, I'm human. I failed my accounting test the first time, but I might have passed it the first time, but I'm studying for the test. I'm trying to read. And he's like, let's go on a date night. But yeah, he didn't want to do date nights on other nights other than my test nights. No, honey, I need to study. Oh, you don't want to have a date night with me? You don't love me, do you? You don't love me, do you? Oh no, I really need to do this test. I'm trying to pass. If you don't get ready to go, I'm gonna put a hole in the wall. You know what else I'm gonna do? You have that nice, pretty car, don't you? Don't mess up my car. I'm just trying to pass the test. It's like I need to pass this test if I'm going to get. You don't need another master's. You don't need a master's. What do you need that for? What's that gonna do for you? You're with me now. That's not gonna do you any good. What do you think you're gonna do with your life? You want a hole in the wall? What else do you want? Get ready so we can go to date night. That was the kind of stuff that I went through. And so when Mr. Spider was so shocked that I was heartbroken, he has no idea what I went through. And he was like, because he had the nerve to write in one of the emails, or even say, I think he said it to me about 2 or 3 weeks before the breakup, that you wear your trauma like your armor. He has no idea what I went through. And then some people would ask, why did you date Mr. No Heart after Lock a Key? Almost anything was better than Lock a Key. Because even when he was under the influence, all of a sudden he would tell me, once I can find my middle school sweetheart, was her name Jody? No. One of my exes or wives or whatever. One of them's named Jody. Okay, not this one. Okay, anyway, yeah, I don't care anymore. When all of them have been racist and awful and terrible and call me out my name, call me the N-word and tell me where I can go, then they lie about me because their exes told some lies because, oh, remember, this is the fool that the only reason he wanted to meet my parents in the wintertime, because then he could wear a winter jacket and then he could steal from them. That was the only reason he wanted to meet my parents. But then he turned around and told his now wife she wouldn't even introduce me to her parents. Isn't that rude? That means she doesn't love me. What in the world? Also, he couldn't stay clean because I made a deal that I knew he would never pass. I told him if you can stay clean for 60 to 90 days, okay, I'll let you meet my parents then. He never, ever passed that test with me. He might maybe with his wife now. Maybe with her now. And he's a father to a daughter. To me, that's mm, mm. But yeah, he's the bear. He is the bear. I've been through so many bears, but he tops, like with the verbal abuse and more. Yeah. Thank you so much for listening to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. I am a woman, I am of color, and I am handicapable. But most importantly, I am human and you're human too.